Adar, I just wanted to ask you, as a young industrialist, we've been trying to really whip up corporate India and others to say it's not that difficult to come out and make a difference. You've done a lot of it actually in your area. You've set up a nearly 100 crore rupee fund, if I'm not wrong, in Pune alone to try and make a difference.
Yes, let me share with you what I've done, and I think that'll shed some light on why others haven't sort of come forward. Firstly, you need a lot of your personal time to administer and personally fund these kind of campaigns. That's why, because these problems are so complex, a lot of other industrialists and corporates shy away because a lot of their personal time is required. Now, what have we done? We have already spent about 30-40 crores with our trucks and bins, which we've located every 100 yards in Pune across the city, which will
every
give
100 yards,
100 meters, yes. Okay. So we're providing the facilities for our conscious citizens to use the bins. Then our trucks pick up that waste and garbage from the bins and from the streets to clean up the streets, and then take it to our processing plant where it's processed in a green manner, roughly 300 tons per day, which is roughly about a third of the waste produced by the whole city. So that's what we're doing, and no matter how much the government and our responsible citizens try to clean up the streets, these drives, nothing ultimately will progress unless the government empowers the local municipality bodies to be able to spend and administer the money they've been given. Thousands of crores has been given by the state, but the local BMC, PMC, they're unable to use it because of the bureaucratic hurdles and things which Prime Minister Modi himself is trying to remove with ease of doing business and other things. I think till that happens, corporates will have to bridge the gap by spending their own time, their funding and good management to administer and clean up the streets, which we are unable to do today.
Yeah, I think that's a wonderful example of how not depending entirely on the government, and not to blame them really, but coming forward independently, doing what you look upon as a very credible citizen of the country and for the city that you work for. That's really marvelous. And being a corporate head, I think to be promoting the whole concept of CSR is wonderful, Adar.
So
Thank
you. If I could just ask you, how scalable is this model and what can other corporates do about this? How do you take it forward? And if somebody else wants to do it and they find another city, do something with it, what can they do?
I'm glad you asked that, because I'm hoping that this capitalist approach where the waste will be processed partly to generate biogas, manure and other things, it will be a self-sustainable model which other corporates might want to indulge in, where they may feel just purely like we're doing it just as a CSR activity. Of course, our CSR budget was 10 crores. I committed 100 crores because without that kind of budget, you can't really go for a whole city. Now, to begin with, we've started 30 kilometers of roads in Pune. 10 days ago, Devendra Fadnavis, our CM, inaugurated the launch, and we're going to cover 300 kilometers in about 6 months from today, and hopefully in a year and a half, the whole city, which is about 1,000 kilometers. So I feel that if we can do it with a very small team and a small budget, I think it's a great example where other cities, we are going to come to Mumbai in 2 years anyway, but in other cities, you can build toilets, you can do all the other things to improve the hygiene and sanitation, which is severely lacking today.